Good afternoon. I'm Dana Tyler. This is your CBS2 News update. A New Jersey restaurant owner was murdered in cold blood today as his wife helplessly watched it all happen. CBS2's Jenna DeAngelis has the story in Paterson.
It all unfolded on this street early this morning. A man was shot while trying to make a delivery here. He was rushed to the hospital but did not survive. We stopped by his restaurant and people who work there were saddened to hear the news, saying he's a hard-working family man. The last moments a couple spent together in this car, making their final delivery for the night from their Chinese food restaurant Ming's in Paterson. 29-year-old Ray Joe was driving down East 34th Street when he was shot, his wife beside him. Neighbors rushing outside to see what happened.
They tried to rob him and then they shot him. And I guess he hit the gas and then he crashed into a couple of cars there.
Police were called to the scene before 1 this morning for reports of a car crash. The victim was found unresponsive in this white Toyota Highlander, which appears to have hit several other cars following the shooting, including this one.
The back bumper's messed up and everything.
This neighbor, among many, waking up this morning in shock.
It's what's happening. I don't know. It's the way the world is living. It's going now. It's going crazy.
Very scary. Never happened here before.
And Alex Hussey has been living here more than 30 years.
Maybe they need more cop security around here.
This is the second shooting involving a delivery driver in this area in just over a week. Just a few miles from here, a 27-year-old was shot and killed while making a pizza delivery in Clifton. But the prosecutor's office says the two incidents are not connected. In this incident, police say the victim's wife, who was in the car with him, was not hurt. The Passaic County prosecutor's office says they're still looking for the suspect. The investigation is ongoing. In Paterson, New Jersey, Jenna DeAngelis, CBS 2 News.
Because of a plea deal, UFC fighter Conor McGregor will not go to jail for what he did backstage at Barclays Center in April. McGregor today pleaded guilty to a reduced charge of disorderly conduct, and his felony charges were dropped. McGregor was charged in April for a rampage in a Barclays garage that injured two UFC fighters. It happened after McGregor was stripped of his UFC lightweight championship. Here's what he said today outside Brooklyn court after his hearing.
I just want to say I'm thankful to the DA and the judge for allowing me to move forward. I want to say to my friends, my family, my fans, thank you for the support.
McGregor has to do 5 days of community service, take part in an anger management program, and abide by 3 orders of protection. A developing story in Beijing, China. There's been an explosion outside the U.S. Embassy. The Beijing Police Department says the blast was caused by a small homemade device made with fireworks. The suspect is described as a 26-year-old man from Inner Mongolia who injured his hand during the explosion. No one else was hurt, and there was no damage reported at the U.S. Embassy. Nearly 17 years after the September 11th attacks, a victim has been identified. Through new DNA testing, the remains of 26-year-old Scott Johnson, who worked as a security analyst in one of the towers, were confirmed through the link to a bone fragment. The city medical examiner's office explained that the bone fragment was previously tested a number of times, but advances in technology make the ID possible. Originally, only Johnson's wallet was found. The Montclair man is the 1,642nd victim to be positively identified in the attacks, which killed 2,753 people in Lower Manhattan at the Twin Towers. The ME's office says it will continue to use this new technology to try to identify more victims. The MTA wants to increase fares a couple of times over the next few years, blame loader ridership on subways and buses, and partly for the increase in usage of car ride shares like Lyft and Uber. A new report says that ride sharing, while convenient, is actually making traffic worse. The report shows one effect of ride shares in major cities is a drop in ridership in public transit.
You got people, particularly in Queens, they're going to Brooklyn, they're going to different parts of the city. Very difficult to get to by train. Trains with delays, the problems they're having, switch problems. They go to Uber, so you can't really blame them.
MTA officials project the agency will lose $376 million in fares in the next 4 years because of low ridership. The MTA is proposing a 4% fare hike next year, as well as 4% in 2021, as part of its long-term plan to raise fares every 2 years. Public hearings on those proposals will be held later this year. We have rain still in our forecast and some heavy rain expected tomorrow. Here's CBS 2's John Elliott with the forecast.
Well, here we go. It's a little better day today. I mean, yesterday, flooding rain, and it was just a mess. Today, we have a few leftover showers, and it's sticky. Hence, sticky leftover. Now, sometimes I like sticky leftovers, but not today. We haven't seen that many, but I have to leave them in the forecast because of the heat and humidity. Tomorrow, different story. On guard. Starts with sun. You feel the heat. Humidity's up. 88. That's way above normal. And there's a front on the way. There's instability. Then there's cold air mixing. So the concern is going to be late in the afternoon and early evening. I know. Party time. Finally, you're going out. That's when we could see a line of showers with embedded thunderstorms. Saturday early shower. Then we dry out and we're in better shape Saturday afternoon and Sunday. So Saturday morning still a little unsettled. And I know you finally talked everybody into a community yard sale. 85 today with a leftover shower or thunderstorm. Not widespread. Tonight, not bad. Muggy, 73. Don't forget those rip current risks if you're going to the beach today, particularly Long Island. 88 tomorrow. My concern tomorrow is late in the day. I mean, it's the end of the week. Everybody just wants to chill. Everybody just wants to relax. And now we have this 20 to 30% chance of severe weather, meaning heavy rain is possible, hail, and some damaging winds. That's later on your Friday. I'll do Facebook Lives tomorrow, and we'll track it out on the Futurecast. But that's going to be a busy period. Then it shapes up for the weekend.
Congress is about to reconsider how we save for retirement. CBS 2's Mary Calvi speaks with CBS News money expert Jill Schlesinger, who says if passed, this bill could put more money in your wallet.
Retirement savings. It's not exciting to talk about, but necessary. Money expert Jill Schlesinger tells me changes may be coming to your account that would help.
When you give the lump sum amount today, it would also have to be translated into what this would mean for monthly income in the future. I think this is a good way to get people sort of sensitized to the fact that you think you've got a lot of money in there, but when you look at it as a monthly income, it's not that much money.
What's a person to do? She says save consistently and don't borrow against your 401k. Most importantly, she feels federal guidelines should require mandatory savings as part of full-time employment.
The problem when it comes to 401ks is that we don't have them as a mandatory retirement structure. So think about this. If you've got a friend who is part of a pension plan, there's no choice. You're a New York City teacher, you have to contribute to the pension. There's nothing compulsory about retirement saving. And so a lot of people say, well, that's not fair. But at the end of the day, what we know from lots of different surveys are that people who have pensions are much happier than people who are saving on their own with 401ks.
With consistency and time, Schlesinger says accounts can add up often into significant savings.
According to new research, the number of people who cancel their satellite or cable service is expected to increase next year. The research firm eMarketer says the number of consumers who have ever canceled traditional pay TV service and do not resubscribe will climb to nearly 33% this year to 33 million customers. That's higher than the projected growth rate of 22%. Research also finds that the percentage of U.S. adults who watch pay TV or satellite or cable is down 3.8% over last year. Could chickens be the solution to getting rid of ticks? The Cornell Cooperative Extension says chickens are one animal that can help reduce the tick population. CBS 2's Jennifer McLogan reports from Long Island, where she says people are putting chicken coops in their backyards to help get rid of those pests.
I'm Jennifer McLogan in a suburban backyard with one of a growing number of chicken coops now being allowed due to local ordinance. We're with Chris here. What is your town allowing you?
So I'm in town of Brookhaven. I'm allowed to have 6 hens, no roosters, which is fine. I don't need the extra noise, but the hens are just great.
And why do you have these?
Well, we started out for tick control. Then on top of that, we've got fertilizer for our grass and eggs for breakfast every morning.
Your doggy here lying in the grass. No ticks?
No. Bullet, our poodle here, loves the grass now because there's no ticks. Usually in the past summers he'd be covered in ticks this time of year. We'd always have to be pulling him off of him, but he hasn't had any issues since getting the chickens.
I'm Jennifer McLogan in Calverton, Long Island.
Thanks, Jennifer. A New Jersey father caught the attention of hip-hop artist Sierra thanks to some smooth moves with his baby boy. Level Up is Ciara's new comeback hit. Singers challenging people to share 3 ways in which they want to better themselves. Dancer and choreographer Kenny Clutch took the challenge to celebrate some good news in his family. His son, watching attentively there, is fighting leukemia, and his Level Up, Dad's Level Up, celebrates Clutch getting the okay to take his son home from the hospital for a few days. Ciara saw this video and she shared it on her Instagram page and invited her fans to level up and be part of it. The video has been viewed 3.3 million times in just 3 days. He has it. Thanks for joining us right now. I'm Dana Tyler. Always watch us on CBS New York and on our CBS New York Twitter and Facebook pages. And I'll see you later today on television, CBS2 News at 6 o'clock.